Hey everybody, I'm Ben from the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Star Player Spotlight. We are looking at all of the stars that have been revealed in the Blood Bowl 2020 rulebook. We're looking at their stats, their skills, their costs, the teams they can play for and their new special abilities. And quite frankly, it's 2 for Tuesday. We've got the Swift Twins. So the Swift Twins fall into a very unfortunate star player category called Expensive Elves, and lo and behold, having 2 of them makes it even more expensive. So it is a 2 for 1, so you pick up 2 star players together for 340k. So joint with Morg for the most expensive star player choices. They can only play for Dark Elves, Elven Union and Wood Elves, which makes the chance of them being played even tougher. Now, Dark Elves, Elf Union and Wood Elves are not none of them are cheap teams. Elf Union, you can put off a good team for $1 million. Wood Elves and Dark Elves, really you want to be pushing 1150 before you start getting everything that you want. That means if you're going to a 1.5 million tournament, Swift Twins are going to be great there. If you're looking at 1100, 1150, 1200 tournament, or just a regular league, unless you are down 340k, you are in a bad spot. So these guys are fantastic, very interesting, but aren't likely to see a lot of play. However, let's look at exactly what you get for 340k if you are one of these elf teams. So like we said, it's a 2 for 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down each individual star. So first up, we've got Lucian Swift. So of these 2 stars, one is a blitzer, one is a thrower. This guy, as you can probably tell from his skill set, is a blitzer. So movement 7, strength 3, agility 2+, passing 5+, armor value 9+, is basically, I think, what you get for a Dark Elf blitzer. Dark Elf blitzers are not bad players. So your baseline is that. Skills wise, Lucian comes with block, loner 4+, which is normal, mighty bow +1, and thick skull. So the fact he's got thick skull is quite interesting. It's going to mean that Lucian Swift sticks around a bit more and can take a bit more of a beating than your regular blitzer. Having mighty blow +1 is pretty useful as well. So let's pretend that this star player is 170k. That's what we'll do for both of these guys. Help us kind of break down exactly what you're getting. Having an extra blitzer for 170k with mighty blow and thick skull, not bad at all, but quite frankly nothing amazing here. Okay, if you're a Wood Elf player, this guy's not a War Dancer. If you are a Pro Elf, mighty blow instead of sidestep on your blitzer, I don't know, it depends how you want to play. He's more of a brawler, and you are missing that if you are an elf team. However, Willow is now 150k and can be taken by elves. So if you are in the market for something that can do some punching at a low end level, you've got Willow. At a high end level, you've got old Zolcath the Zote, who's 200 and change for a strength 5 beast. So if you want punch, Lucian is going to do some stuff. He's not going to do it all, but that's part of the charm of having 2 star players. And that's where the other half of this star player duo comes in. That's Valen Swift. So, similar stats, 7, 3, 2+, elf. Passing 2+ as well though, armor 1 less at 8+. So here we've got a thrower elf, like we said. So this is where it gets ridiculous. Okay, that's why we started with Lucian. We're going to go on to Valen now, because Valen is a powerhouse. Accurate. Loner 4+, again, standard. Nerves of Steel, no marking, no tackle zone is going to affect Valen Swift. Pass, you get the free reroll. Safe pass, you get the opportunity to save against the interception. Notice that it's safe pass, not Cloudburster, so you can still intercept, but safe pass is going to make it safer to pass. No surprises with that skill there. He's also got Sure Hands. So, accurate is only for short and quick passes. So this guy is now passing on a 1+, 2+, 4+, 5+, which is not bad. If you are up for short passes, he's going to be able to achieve that And Nerves of Steel is going to mean that it stays like that forever. Having Sure Hands is massive on a star player as well. Movement 7 and the ability to dish off that ball 3 to 6 squares on a 1+ or a 2+ with a reroll is going to give you so much movement in the backfield. So he is the ultimate short-range pocket passer. Sure Hands means you can get the ball. Pass means you can pass it off. Accurate's just going to make it better, and Nerves of Steel means that you are absolutely certain to do so. We always talk about this with star players. That loner 4+ means you don't want to be doing all the stuff with them, except that Valen Swift gets a free reroll to do whatever stuff you want to do. Don't go blocking with Valen, but quite frankly, Strength 3 is fine. You know, he's going to punch as effectively as a line rat, but that Edge 2 is going to mean he can get out of dodge if he needs to. Picking up the ball, Sure Hands, dishing it off with pass, accurate, Nerves of Steel. It's going to be some serious motor. Now, with all that in mind, he's not that much better than an Elf Passer. Okay, Elf Passer is still making the 2+, 3+. Accurate and pass is going to be a bit of a boon, but accurate is one skill away for most Elf Passers to be hitting the same stride that Valen is. Nerves of Steel is very useful, but you kind of don't want to get Valen into a lot of trouble. Sure Hands, however, is going to make him more effective. So if we could take Valen Swift for 170k, I don't think there would be an Elf team in a tournament that wouldn't take him. I think we had Bo and Dolfar, who were the 2-star players that had these kind of toolkit skills that could be taken by Elf teams, and they were expensive enough that you could work around and fit it in. The fact that they are both together at 340 is really tough, and I think that if Valen Swift could be taken on his own, he'd be insanely popular. I don't think Lucian would get taken all that often, but it would be a choice. The fact they're 340, I think, really means that Valen Swift is your star player and his brother is his bodyguard. It's your tax, it's your star player tax. That guy is there to help protect him. All in all, though, this is a very interesting combo, and that's even before we get to the skill. So 2 for 1. The Swift twins must be hired as a pair and count as 2-star players, because you could clearly afford more. However, if either Lucian or Valen are removed from play due to suffering a knockout or casualty result, the other replaces Loner 4+ with Loner 2+. Okay, so a slight boon there. You get 2 stars for 340, and if one gets knocked out, you can use the other one slightly better. He's got a point to prove because Loner becomes 2+. So, on the plus side, Valen is amazing. Lucian is fine, the cost is prohibitive, but you do get 2 stars. So even if you're running an 11-man team with the Swift twins, you're up to 13 men, which for an Elf team, not bad. And if one of these bad boys gets knocked out, the other one just gets better by having that Loner reduced. Loner 2+ with Lucian or Valen. Well, with Lucian, Valen does everything with the rerolls integral anyway. Having that Loner 2+ on your Blitzer means that he can blitz. Blitzer's going to blitz, and they're going to do it with the ability to re-roll those 2-die blocks, because blocking is dangerous. Whereas Valen has everything he wants to do completely covered with those integral re-rolls. So they are cool. They are really cool, but they are really pricey. We do have some options for you for miniatures though. If you can find a way to trick your friends into thinking that it's 140k for 2, you can run them on the tabletop. Let's have a look at some of the miniatures you can take with you. And as ever, we've got the Forge World team. So these guys are £25 for 2 miniatures. That's not bad for Forge World prices. We said this about the White Dwarf and the Black Gobbo. £30, say, with postage for Forge World for 2 nicely sculpted models is really not that bad. I am in the market for individual miniatures at £10 to £15. I'm okay with that. That's hobby, that's fine. That's a good pocket money purchase. £25 for 2 isn't bad in Games Workshop land. The downside of these miniatures is I could not tell you which one was Lucian and which one was Valen. They both look like blitzers to me. I want one to look like a thrower and one to look like a blitzer. So as long as you paint them or get one of those little tags for the front of the base or just whatever, you know, colorized to identify them, it's fine. And the miniatures are cool. If you could take 4 blitzers on a Pro Elf team, then these guys would fill out that lineup really, really well. Nice models. I don't think they fully encompass what the star players are meant to be doing on the pitch, but of all the Forge World stuff, this is up there in the realms of goodness. But as ever, we've got a couple of options for you. So if you like your elves more dark, more gnarly, more chaosy, We've got some options here from Hungry Troll. So they're two individual star players. One is called Mythur and the other is called Asma Lozar. Thanks, Hungry Troll. So Asma Lozar is the guy with the ball and Mythur is the guy who is gesturing aggressively with one of his hands. So this guy is clearly meant to be Kraken something I from 2016. So the Dark Elf star player with the Kraken helm. And I don't know, this guy could be anything. Doesn't matter. That star player's gone. But as a pair, I think, what are they? €7 a piece? €7 a piece. So for €14, you get two individual models. And quite frankly, I could tell which one of these is the Blitzer and which one is the ball handler. So I really like that. Plus, look at the quality. Like, the sculpting is sweet there. There's a lot of detail. These are fun to paint. And you are going to know which one is which. However, I do have even more alternatives for you, and you will not be surprised who they're from. It's Winzor Chog. Naturally, it's Winzor Chog. So they have got some absolutely blooming lovely high elf miniatures. Here is the catch. So each of these pairs of miniatures are £10 for two. So for £20, you can get 4 elves. So if you and a buddy both in the market for the Swift Twins, because you're playing in some kind of crazy unlimited money land with your elf teams, I'd play that. You can actually pick up this set and you end up with 2. I've got these Blitzers and they're really, really nice. They are so much fun to paint. And quite frankly, the throwers do not look bad either. I'm a bigger fan of the one on the left than I am of the one on the right, but such is life. £20, 4 guys. Painting challenges. I love it. I love it. From the UK. So you've got a lot of options there. £20, £25, £30, you will get Swift Twins. This way, you get 2 lots of Swift Twins, and you get a choice of miniatures. I cannot stress how much I like these. So to summarise, the Swift Twins are cool. Individually, I would take one. I don't think I'd take the Blitzer all that often, but the Thrower is pretty sweet. So if you consider the Thrower to be the star player, with a bodyguard at 340, it feels a bit better. It feels like you're taking a 260, 270k thrower backed up with a free Blitzer. The problem is, with the team restriction being only available for elves, chaps, you are not going to afford these. If you can afford these, you are in a bad league. Get out. Just run. Leave. Hide. Go buy an orc team. Or a dwarf team. Or a flamethrower. Because that cash is much. However, if you're at a tournament that's 1250 through 1300, Swift Twins are going to have a really good day. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think of the Swift Twins, whether you think you'll ever see them on the table, and what you think of the miniatures that we've recommended. And what day is it today? See you tomorrow for another video. Cheers, guys.